I've always felt that cars really are too expensive, period. You think about just in general, if the average car sold is around $45,000 in the United States, it really just doesn't seem like, if you look at your cost of purchasing it, and we're talking gas, insurance, maintenance, you're generally running $700-800 a month or more. Some people are running in the thousands, but it's a lot of money to be spending, $20-30 a day just on a car. So Motor One was reporting on the 10 cars that depreciate the most in the first year. Okay, now I want to bring this up because problems also create opportunities at the same time. The number one car in here is a Mercedes-Benz EQS. Now, this is about a $136,000 car. It's depreciating $65,000 in 1 year. That's almost a 48% drop. Now, if you were in the market for a luxury car, here you got a $130-something thousand car, 1 year old, you're buying it for $71,000. I mean, it's a pretty good deal. But the big one on here is number 2, the Nissan Leaf. Now, hasn't Nissan sold like 1 million of these in the United States? It's some crazy number. I know they've sold over 1 million Leafs. Maybe it's not just the U.S. So 1 year is 45.7%. That's dropping almost $16,000 in depreciation to make average used price about $18,000. While this is, a really low or big depreciation, this is 2022 Nissan Leafs for sale, or mostly Nissan. There's some of them are 21s, but as an example, so here is a car with 9,500 miles, 2022, can be picked up for $16,700. Now, if you make under, I think it's $150,000 a year, you get the $4,000 federal rebate for buying this, and you figure the original buyer probably got the $7,500 rebate. This $16,700 quite likely includes the rebate. I'm not 100% on that, Bill. I really don't know, but that $4,000 can be used as part of the down payment on the car. But here's one of 2022 with 16,000 miles. I can guarantee this one's got the rebate already factored in. But you're only basically paying $14,000 after the rebate for a 2022 car. It's basically about a year and a half old. And they're just some fascinating cars. And these are not only affordable, you can use the $4,000 towards the down payment. So it makes it a very good choice. I mean, you don't get this with gas cars. You're only getting this on hybrids and full battery electric. And these are full battery electric. And these Nissan Leafs have 150-mile range.
Yeah, more than enough daily travels. Yeah, more than enough.
Yeah. And as we've talked about before, if you're only driving it back and forth to work and driving it locally, you probably don't even need to buy a charger for these. You could just plug it into 110 at the house, and you can put in maybe 30 to 40 miles of range each night. Just you have to remember whenever you're at home, it needs to be plugged in, and it's constantly charging when you're at the house, but you'd never buy gas. That's a pretty big savings because the average person's probably spending $200 to $300 a month on gas, and you think about saving that, that's just a huge difference. I was looking at this like, man, that's something we really need to be talking about, because I hear all the news about how, the used EVs don't hold any value. It's like, well, sure, or they don't hold a lot of value. But if you look at this list, I think the F-Pace, is that an electric car?
I don't think so. I think the I-Pace is the only electric version.
Oh, the I-Paces. Okay. And we got an Alfa Romeo Giulia. It was on there. So here's another EV, the Kia EV6. And this is a pretty good deal. The EV6 is a really nice vehicle. And you can pick one up, a 2022 for $36,000. Now, that doesn't get you the rebate. But that was what I really liked when we were talking about the Nissan Leaf, was because that's a real opportunity right there. That's a sleeper out there.
Second generation Leaf, which is miles ahead of where the first generation was. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of suggesting people go out and buy a Leaf from like 2010 to 2019. But these 21s and 22s are vastly improved, and a really big difference in what somebody could do. But if you look here, like this Nissan Murano, it's not a bad looking small SUV, just doesn't hold any value. That one's gas powered. They don't make that in an electric. What I was surprised was to not see the Toyota Busy Forks on here, because it's got to be the fastest depreciating Toyota. Because I've looked at some of those, because around here, they were $50,000 new, 1 year old. They're going for 35, and that's a pretty decent price for a vehicle like that. But even here, Mercedes-Benz S-Class drops 31% in the first year. That's a gas car. You got a bunch of EVs on here: the Ioniq 5, the ID4, the EV6, the Leaf, and the EQS. Yeah, so you had 5 cars in here, but the Leaf is the real sleeper on here. If you needed a car for one of your kids or something like that, this is really an ideal situation. But like I said, you can look at it as, EVs don't hold value. One of the reasons the cars are coming down in price though so much is because the new versions are coming down in price because the batteries are becoming cheaper, and they're figuring out how to make them cheaper. And you got companies like BYD and Tesla putting pressure on everybody else to be competitive in the market.
Hi, I'm David with EV World News. If you like this video, then please press the like button. If you like the content and would like to see more videos on electric vehicles, then please hit the subscribe button. If you have some feedback for us, please let us know in the comments. Have a great day.